Greetings and welcome, everyone, to All You Can Geek Gamescast 9000! No, episode 303. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
Hey.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Yo.
Welcome, listeners, to episode 303, Gamescast edition.
If you are audio only and not watching the videos on YouTube, which you should be, Jim is wearing...
Yeah, I should probably do that. Jim? I'm wearing a Scouter from Dragon Ball. Yeah, we picked these up. We picked this up years ago. Last week we did these crazy things with our glasses and stuff. So this week I decided to wear my Scouter. What will I wear next week? You have to tune in, or onto the video feed, which is on YouTube. Listeners, you can go if you're listening to this. You can go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, All You Can Geek, and subscribe, and you'll get posted when I post the newest videos.
And if you're watching, hit the subscribe button, which probably is down in this vicinity right here.
I highly doubt that.
I don't know where you're going to be on this.
We'll see.
We're going to be split.
Or maybe over here.
We're going to be like
or over
split.
Here. Or maybe just over here.
That way?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Where's
Usually they're below.
Jim?
Let me find it with my Scouter. I'll find it with my Scouter. I think the thing's broken. Oh, I love this thing. All right. I'm going to try to go through the whole podcast with this thing on. This is going to be really weird feeling. I gotta say, these are weird to look through. When you have like a normal vision on the eye on something else,
yeah,
kind of weird. I don't know how Vegeta does it.
Maybe that's why he's so angry all the time.
This would make me angry. All right, welcome listeners once again to 303, 9000 edition. So, man, we had some gaming news this week we want to talk about. Actually, if you listen to the Movies Cast, great. Now I have like something caught in my throat. If you listen to our Movies Cast, we talked about 4K televisions during that podcast. And if you haven't listened to that or watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. But we were talking about 4K TVs. And this week actually marks the release of the Xbox One S, which is the first console to bring in 4K. We're going to get actual 4K systems very soon, like the Scorpio and
now it's not
maybe
4K gaming.
No,
it's 4K streaming and video.
It does support upscaling, if I remember right.
Sure.
4K.
I don't know.
So it does.
It's not, but gaming-wise, it's not true 4K.
No, it's not true 4K either way. Excuse me. There it goes. So, yeah, but we do have the first 4K playing system out there. They can it's a 4K Blu-ray player, which if you look at pricing right now, it's the cheapest 4K player out at $399. So it can stream through Netflix 4K. So if you have a 4K TV, you could get it. However, as we discussed in the Movies Cast, make sure you have the right TV. You want to get a TV that's got HDR10 in it because that's what the Xbox One supports for color resolution. So it'll give you better colors, better blacks on the TV automatically without having to adjust anything. It's just a better picture. The problem with 4Ks were that not a lot of people have them right now. Now, if you're thinking about getting a 4K TV and getting the Xbox One S, I would probably suggest holding off.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm getting to. Ultimately, 4K technology is still it's still adjusting, selling out. So like we said, there are two technologies right now for color. When that settles out, we also really need more support. Like these systems don't actually play the games at 4K. And content-wise, like video, you can't notice that difference in the screen. Like, if it's 4K or 1080p, you can't see a difference if it's less than 65 inches. Unless you're about 10 inches from your TV. So, if you're 10 inches from your TV, yes, you will see a difference. But I want to know if you could see the whole TV at that point. Because I don't think you can. If you can, write us, podcast@allygeek.net, and tell me, because I don't believe you. Yeah, we don't believe you. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 4Ks myself because I'm going to be probably getting the Scorpio when it comes out, and the PlayStation Neo, depending on what that's going to be.
And does the PlayStation Neo support 4K gaming? I don't think they've said that.
That's my answer. I don't know. We don't know.
I thought that was the whole point. Yeah.
Is it though, or is it to do better VR?
Yeah, see, now what I've heard about that GPU is it's not powerful enough to do enough frame rates.
It's only got 4 teraflops instead of 6.
3.5.
3.5 teraflops. So
wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is 4. It's 3. Like the Xbox is 3 times
less flops.
Yeah, there's all those flops.
Flippity floppity.
All those flops, which they're flopping. You don't know what the flops are because we don't know what the flops are. But they're there. And if that number's higher, you know it's better. But yeah, the Neo apparently... I know the Xbox Scorpio is supposed to be able to do native 4K resolution games at 30 frames per second. That's also a 6 teraflop system where I think this is a 4.3, if I remember right, this card. So maybe? I can see some games doing it, like the indie stuff. But like Uncharted... Not a chance.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening on the larger scale games. Just frame rate wise, they're going to be pushing so much.
It needs to right now either.
But then, yeah, do you need that? I don't know. Like, I used to love on my PC playing these games, and like playing Final Fantasy VII on the PC was the best experience. It won't be soon, but it still is the best experience of Final Fantasy VII if you can play it on the PC, because you get the that little higher res, little smoother polygons. You don't get the pixelated stuff. And anti-LS is better, and it was a better. And that's what PC gamers, the master race, has over all of us right now. They have the better frame rate. They have the better resolution games. If you look at videos,
mods.
Well, hey, Xbox is letting mods. Not in everything, but
they?
a lot of stuff.
Well,
What's
Fallout's
supported?
got mods.
Fallout,
right now?
yeah,
Okay.
that was off the bat. PlayStation
Not
doesn't
off
support
the
it yet.
bat. I mean, it was like a month after or something.
Anyways, so yeah, but I've looked at Overwatch videos recently because I've been doing a lot of studying on Overwatch because I love this game. Big shock, listeners, if you didn't know that. I love Overwatch. So I've been doing a lot of studying on characters and trying to get new strategies. And you can notice, like, when they're playing it on PC, you could just... I can tell. Like, I can just... Like, you can just see it. Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get the
a little smoother.
AWS.
It's a little smoother. You know, I mean, you're watching the stream, and you can just tell. Because we've played so much of that game. You know how it looks. Not significantly better on the PC, but it is better, picture-wise. So, but anyway, so there is a difference in gaming for higher resolutions, but then you also sacrifice a lot of frame rate sometimes. And I don't know if these consoles, either of them, even the Scorpio, can run 4K. We don't know. So I don't know if it's worth investing into a TV yet until we know more about what's coming. But I can tell you that the Xbox One the S, is not a worthy purchase to go get a 4K TV. That's my recommendation. If you're looking for one. If you're not and you want to ignore me, go for it. Go buy 4K. Mm-hmm. Make sure it's got HDR10. Don't buy last year's model because it doesn't have HDR10. And that's what all those Black Friday sales last year. That's last year TV. So, you probably don't have HDR10. Doesn't mean you can't run in 4K, but doesn't mean you'll have the best picture either. So, yeah, the Xbox One S comes out tomorrow.
By the time you listen to
this, it'll be out.
Yeah.
$399, 2 terabyte console, and I heard it's selling very well in UK already. Now, here's the thing.
I mean,
so
that's all relative.
is it people flipping? Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Is it like the Red Ring? Like, are people buying the smaller version because they are trading up their old systems? Which is fine because Microsoft's still going to make money on this, right? They're still going to make money if somebody is rebuying in. But they're still making another $400 on that person, even if they trade in their console. So I guess that's fine, but is it like the Red Ring? Are we just getting a lot of people that currently own the system trading in to get the S version?
There are going to be people that do that. I don't necessarily think it's going to be half the people that have one.
You got to give Microsoft credit. It is a nice looking system now. This new one, this
Smaller
one,
than PS4.
Yeah, but and the old system is a behemoth. It's a behemoth. I'm pointing at
that's the freaking power supply inside.
Yeah,
I don't understand how they did that.
Yeah,
because they haven't done that in any of their systems.
Oh, I know, and they've always had issues with cooling. So you've got to wonder, like, I don't know. But I can tell you that if Sony comes out with the Neo console, I will be buying that without a doubt. And I said already I'll get the Scorpio. More or less because my PS4 is very temperamental already. So the second I can get myself an upgraded console, I will. I won't buy a new one unless it fails. But I will trade it in for a Neo if that comes out. But I have a bad feeling about my system right now. So just from... Now, granted, when I lose power, it takes a while to restore. But it also takes a while to turn it back on once that happens. Like, I got to power it on 3 or 4 times for it to actually turn on after a power failure.
Yeah, that's not normal.
It beeps at me. It hit the power button, and it beeps at me 3 times and shuts off. So I have to hit it again. Yeah. Then it beeps at me, then I got to do this unplug thing. And, luckily I do this for a living, so I can troubleshoot shit and get it working. But it's still annoying. And it makes so much noise, and it runs slow. I mean, I've told this to Corey. We run so slow, so...
Yeah, you got 11 there, man.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not getting rid of it until I get the... Why? Just wait. Just wait for that Neo. Hopefully the Neo is the one. Or not the... Not the one. Shit. See what they did there? You see what they did? All right. We have a podcast here. Let's get into that.
Yep.
Okay, games news. What do we got here? PSVR. Let's talk about Sony. PSVR needs 60 square feet to play this system. Now I don't know that needs.
I think the way this reads to me is it's more like, listen, you're going to be playing something that you can't see. Don't have furniture around. Give yourself space. That's what I read it as. Because whenever you see demos and you're looking at it, people are sitting in a chair. They're not moving.
A lot of the games from what I've seen are all sitting.
Do you really need 60 square feet? No, it's probably because when people start standing up, they're not going to realize where they are, and they're going to run into something.
If you're playing a VR,
little wristband thing, put that on.
Yeah. If you're playing a VR tennis game, I can imagine you needing a lot of space.
Now, not to be like a dick or morbid or anything like that, but how long do you think it's going to be until somebody hurts themselves or someone else really badly? Because
dude, it's going to probably be weeks, if not
How
days.
long did it take to smash the first TV with a Wii controller?
It's going to be extremely quick.
Yeah.
I bet you somebody will get hurt walking out with it out of the store.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have.
I drop it as they buy it, and they'll break it, and then they will maybe. Who knows?
I'm still picking mine up, but I don't know if I'll be keeping mine, depending on what the space it actually needs. I had an issue with Kinect, if you remember right. I really can't use the Kinect myself for games. Like I use it now for voice commands and changing menus, but I could never use the Kinect for games because I just don't have the space for it. So if I need that much space for this, I thought it was going to be mostly sitting down stuff. So I hope that's what it is. But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So Shenmue 1, I got an email from the Shenmue 3 team, which is great because once
Kickstarted.
Yeah, I kickstarted it, but once you get kickstarted, usually, well, no, I guess that's only Mighty Number 9. They just lose track of people. No, I finally downloaded that today. I haven't played it yet, but I have it. I redeemed my code for Mighty Number 9. But anyway, so Shenmue 3 the team sent me an email that their Shenmue 1 director, the original director from that game, is joining their team for Shenmue 3. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Getting back the original team.
Mm-hmm.
Which I loved Shenmue 1 more than 2 because I thought 2 was felt like it was an incomplete game.
Well, it's the Empire. Imagine not having Jedi, I guess, and just having that. Hey, that movie's great on its own, but yeah, it's a stopgap for what's coming.
Yeah, definitely. So that's what you're waiting for this game. So I hope it's good. But I'm happy to get that news. I'm happy to get updates. They always send weekly updates on this game. So
I don't know about weekly updates.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. I could probably bring up what I got from them. Oh, I don't have my email open.
Well,
oh shit!
I think did. You didn't kickstart this, right, Tony?
No.
I did, and Jim did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I never was really big into Shenmue.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I acknowledge that people love it, and I could see why other people do.
And it was, I'd say it was ahead of its time, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think so, absolutely. With all the... it was it was an emulator in itself. You could play all those old arcade games. That was awesome by itself on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, it did a lot of things and that are used today now.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have. No Man's Sky is finished, and I've also heard the gold version of this game is a mess.
Wouldn't surprise me. And this is what I've always...
Bugs, crashy, you can beat the game and you can get to the center of the universe in about 30 hours where they swore it was going to be like an impossible find. But apparently you can beat the game very fast. And
30 hours,
and the space combat's very, very bad right now. They said it's very bad.
And see, this is what I've always said about that ever since we saw that game. First of all, I don't really understand how the game itself is. I understand you play it, but
what is the game?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that, and they're just so... It's one of those things where it's they overhype you, and I'm just nah, man, I'm not getting Peter Molyneux again. Just nah.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we got. And I don't even know it was them overhyping the game. It was more the media.
No,
press.
absolutely. It's media and PS4 fans. Not to pick on them, but it's oh man, No Man's Sky. I'm No Man's Game is more like it.
I couldn't tell what was there. Yeah. So,
I cracked myself up.
I couldn't tell there was a game there anyway. So hearing about this, I don't know what it's going to get. For arts wise around.
Apparently, I heard somebody bought it on eBay, the finished version of the game on eBay for like $1,200.
Yes,
and just started posting everything about it on the subreddit for No Man's Sky, and he was answering questions and talking about it. And he did say like he found the center. He was able to get there, like, whatever it was you said, Jim.
30 hours.
And 30 hours. And he did say there's a lot more to do, and that it's not. Sure,
it's procedural. There's it should be never ending.
Right, and it's not like that game ends there, so it's not like you're beating the game. So.
No, but it's designed to really never end, isn't it? Like there's always something more to do because the game's being created.
Well, I think that's what I think is the point of the game, but it's just not something that would interest any of us. It seems
super buggy, and I heard the space combat is very bad.
Like, to me, I never even thought this had space combat in it, so I didn't realize.
That was the idea. Like, it was supposed to be a combination of planet exploration, getting to a ship, flying in space.
Shown has been, like, them exploring. Like, I thought this was purely...
No, you fly between the planets. It's
to me, like, the thing that he said, or they said, and this is, I don't know if this is a big spoiler or not, but if you're sensitive to this, like, skip 5 seconds or 10 seconds, the ships never change. So the ship you start with never really changes from the one you get at like the end of the game.
To
the end of the game.
No customization.
So boring.
Yeah, it does.
So
Definitely
boring.
does. Anyways,
sorry if anybody is looking forward to it. Just personally,
well, you know what it is. Like, there's these artsy games that come out and they look nice. And Bastion was great, and so was this other sword one. The sword one. Not Heavenly Sword. The Bastion sequel, essentially. The Transistor. I thought that was nice. People love those games, but then there's like games like Limbo, where I fucking hated that game. Why do I want to play a game where you die to learn how to do it?
Well, their new game Inside apparently is coming to PS4 soon.
Yeah, I mean it's been out for Xbox for a while, and I should be getting that, but I'm not spending $20 in the game because.
Why would you get that if you didn't like the?
That's actually why. I mean, if they give it to me for free, I have Limbo right now because they gave it to me for free.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, I started playing... Oh, wow. I was going to get into what we're up to, but I'll wait. It just tied into backwards compatibility I was going to talk about. But let's talk about the NX. We talked about it last week. There was the rumor that came out about it using the Tegra chip. Mm-hmm. Now there's the GPU leak. Well, not leak, but rumor on NeoGAF, actually. I saw this post where they were going to use the Pascal GPU from NVIDIA, which is a pretty powerful GPU, depending on its specs, but it's a chipset, so it depends on what they actually put in it. But as powerful as an Xbox One is possible with this chipset.
Right.
That's what I got from this whole thing. And apparently...
As powerful? Like, why aren't we saying this should be... that's the thing that I don't understand. It's like, so what are we really getting here? Are we getting something that's going to be comparable to the PS4, Xbox One, or should we not even expect that because now we're getting a handheld?
I think we should expect it to be the same if you're going to be... only when docked, if it runs 1080p, 60 frames, docked, that's the way it should be. But then I don't know how they're going to make a game like that. I don't know what you do with that. How do you make a handheld version of that at, 720, 30 frames?
Well, that's what PC game makers do. They have different optimized settings. Low, medium, high,
Yeah. I guess you're right. I mean, that's.
they did it before, and I talked about it last night. I talked about it before, like Smash Brothers. You play it on 3DS, 60 frames per second. You play it on Wii U, 60 frames per second, but it's got more bells and whistles, and looks pretty. That's
true. So they've been tinkering with this already. So, I don't know. I would expect. Here's the problem: like if you're getting something with that much power, also what kind of battery life are you going to get? Yeah, they say it's a mobile chipset, but really, what kind of battery life are you going to expect? 3 hours? Do you remember how up in arms people were about the 3DS battery life when it first came out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can see this happening again.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a valid concern, and that's a critique I have of almost every device these days, like whether it's a video game system or even my iPhone. Like it's just...
Or Apple Watch.
Right, or Apple Watch.
The battery life was a big component of it.
I get a day out of it.
Like I love my Apple Watch, but it fucking lasts a day.
I get a day.
If I get the charger, I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what happened to me the other night. I thought I put it on the charger, and it actually wasn't. The charger wasn't plugged in. So yeah, I didn't charge my. It's funny because it lasted. If I took it off the charger 8 o'clock the day before. I slept, got up in the morning. It was still at 20%. So I was actually able to use it and then charge it quick up to 50 and use it for the rest of the day that way. Like it charges very fast, at least the Apple Watch. Like, like that's what I'm hoping for in this system. So hopefully, people have gotten batteries so fast at quick charging now that it should work. So theoretically, let's say that the NX handheld gets 3 hours of battery life, but within 10 minutes you get 50% charge. Is that really a big problem?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, and that's what you get. I mean, essentially with an Apple Watch, like I charged that thing for 20 minutes and I was like 50%. Like it charges so fast.
Yeah, it does. That's the one good thing about it.
And then the Samsung phones that came out now, all those Samsung phones that can charge like
turbocharging.
Yeah, 80% in like 5 minutes. I mean, it's there. Hopefully they use that technology, and then that's how you get around this.
Right.
We just don't know enough yet. So hopefully we hear some stuff like we mentioned last week about this, and hopefully it's good news. I don't think this is going to be the system that I want. I hope it is, but I'm changing my expectations. If it's a good handheld, I'm going to get it. That's the best part about this. For me, owning the console, it's more probable considering it's going to be a handheld. That actually helps. Not a Wii or Wii U where the console didn't appeal to me. You know, the console portion of this may not appeal to me as much, but the handheld version is going to be nice to have. So, you know, that's a positive there. So
right, and I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way that, I mean, for at least 2 or 3 generations now, the handheld system has always sold more than the console version. Like, 3DS has sold more than Wii U, DS sold more than Wii, which is crazy to think about, and Game Boy Advance sold more than GameCube did. So it's like, you know, I'm sure Nintendo had to think about that. It's like, why are we wasting so much money in R&D, in marketing, in developing, you know, all these other games and stuff like that, when we can just do one unified structure, and you make it base as a handheld because that's what is more popular worldwide. No matter what region you're in, that's more popular worldwide. And then you add on to it. It's like, okay, now you own our handheld. Let's sell you the console version if that's what you want, and make it more powerful, you know, or have better graphics, you know, so on and so forth. That's my speculation. It's my personal speculation. Supposedly, if the first rumor is to be believed, we're going to hear about it in a Nintendo press conference next month, September. So, I mean, I don't know. There's so much news, like any little bit, it's like a drop of blood in like open waters with sharks. Like people are just nipping at the goddamn thread on NeoGAF is over 100 pages, and it's just a rumor. Like it's just a rumor. So I don't know. I can't wait. I always love like new hardware seasons, like new hardware iterations, because you know it means new games and stuff like that. And honestly,
well, typically it means new games or delayed games.
Yeah, sigh. But you know, like, and I'll talk about it more in depth when we get to what we've been up to. But like playing my 3DS now, like some of those games, are just like, man, it's really, really rough to play games on the 3DS. And I'm just like, yeah, because you know, I mean, it wasn't cutting edge at the time, and it's a 5-year-old system now. So you know, it's time. It's time to upgrade. And if we could go from the 3DS graphics to Xbox One graphics on a handheld,
yeah, it'd be nice. I would take that. I mean, it would also help developers because they're still supposed to be making games for the Xbox One original because they're going to have these newer consoles, but they're still supposed to support it, so it should still help. Right. So yeah, I mean, hopefully it works out, but you know, we'll see. I mean, we'll know more next month.
That they're going to make games that are going to be playable on all 3 of these systems, then, Jim? Like PS4, Xbox One.
I would hope that's what Nintendo's about. I hope that's what they're trying to do.
I just don't see that happening at all, actually.
But that's what they need. Don't they need to do that?
Yeah, Jim, they need to do that. They should do that.
That's what they're going. They are trying to.
That's what should have done with Wii U too. That hasn't happened yet.
Right, but that's the thing is, hopefully Nintendo has learned that it's great to be different.
Because
I'm skeptical as well if they've learned. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I can't see why you expect it. I don't understand.
I'm not expecting it. I'm hoping.
You said you were expecting it.
But the thing is,
I'm sorry. I meant hoping.
The thing is, as long as they have like an architecture similar to what the other systems are running, it probably won't be a big deal. As long as the CPU and the GPU aren't like drastic, like huge. You know, there's vast oceans of difference.
I don't see like games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, freaking Destiny, any even Overwatch. I don't see it coming to NX the same way. The same way it is to the other systems.
If they miss graphical parity with Xbox
One, it's not even graphics too. It's just going to be like the audience is not the same. I don't think it's the same, and I don't think publishers are going to put their games there yet. Nintendo has to prove that they.
I think they'll put them there to begin with and then fade away if nobody buys them.
It's possible, but you're not getting. They're going to get like crappy remasters of Mass Effect and Arkham City,
Which is what we got for Wii U, and it failed.
That's why those are my examples.
I know.
Because that's what the audience is not there. It's not what people wanted from that system. But
they need to have those games to survive. You can't live off of first party the entire life of a system. You can't.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Jim. I just don't know if that's going to happen.
I know, but I'm just saying that you would hope that they fix this. Now, I said that last time, but we'll see.
Now, one thing that did come up in the first rumor thread was that somebody came forward and said that the NX will not only play like actual, NX Nintendo games, but it will be capable of playing their games that they're releasing on mobile. So like Pokemon Go.
Just Android.
Or, I don't know if Pokemon Go because that requires GPS, but like Miitomo or the Animal Crossing.
If you're getting a handheld, I don't see why they wouldn't have a GPS in that.
Yeah, I agree.
But then it has connect to.
No, it doesn't need cellular to have GPS. They make GPSs without cellular.
Vita has a GPS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, you're right. But I mean, Pokemon Go wouldn't be effective unless you're near Wi-Fi or have a hotspot. I don't know. Sure, it could probably have it, but
theoretically, that's the thing. It's theoretically it's always possible.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing I'm adding on to here is that by the NX being able to play like the iOS, Android, Nintendo games, like if we're going to see Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing, next year or by the end of this year, like that's kind of a game changer too. Is like because now not only are you getting like NX exclusive games, but you're getting those games that were intended for mobile and are getting released on mobile, but you can play them on your NX. Mm-hmm. So you're getting even more value. I thought that was an interesting proposition because, like, to me, I'm like, I was like, oh man, I wonder how it's going to be playing like Fire Emblem on my, iPhone. But, if I can just get it for the NX, like, shit, I'll do that.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll know more. Hopefully, like you said, in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. We're going to get into what we've been up to. Before we do, I want to mention an offer from our friends over at Loot Crate. Listeners, if you go to trylootcrate.com/AYCG, you can sign up with subscribe to Loot Crate actually and get 10% off if you enter the promo code BRIDGE10. That's Bridge, BRIDGE, and the number 10. Bridge10 in the offer for the promotion offer. So you'll save 10% on your subscription and sign up, and you'll get basically each month a special loot box from them with all kinds of goodies. Figures, collectible items, pins, shirts, depending on what the month is. They change the theme quite often, every month, and
you can wear something on your head like Jim, too.
Yes. So, all right, so once again, that's trylootcrate.com/AYCG, and then the promo code is BRIDGE10, and that's 10 at the end. Bridge, BRIDGE 10. Okay? All right, let's get into what we've been up to, guys. I'll kick us off. We've played a lot of Overwatch and gotten a lot of frustrations. So
a lot of a ban wave went out today too.
A what?
Thank God.
Oh yeah, wave. The ban wave. We could talk about that real quick. So people feel entitled when they're cheating to not get banned. Like I don't get this. I don't get this at all.
There's a great thread. Probably it's on NeoGraph too. I'm assuming. I don't know. It's everywhere. Reddit had it, but it's just screenshots of people's posts after they've been banned, and the amount of salt that's getting thrown out there is ridiculous. And who are these people that feel like Blizzard's to blame for them not allowing
They actually
them to play
feel
their
this
game?
way, which is crazy that they feel this way.
I bought this game. I deserve to be to a cheater.
Yeah, the entitlement is the perfect world.
Yes,
word.
Mike, if you listen to this podcast, this is entitled.
Yes.
This is entitled.
I am going to purchase something. I'm going to spend my own hard-earned money, buy something. Then I'm going to purchase something else to buy something to make me better at the game because I'm not good enough. And then when Blizzard said you're not allowed to play it because now you're not being fair, I'm going to blame Blizzard for not letting me play their game because I bought it and I deserve to buy this and I to play this game because I bought it. Plus, I bought some other thing to play this game too, which is not even a hack because it does something. It's just so ridiculous. Some of the posts, man. There's I even said in Slack, it's pure gold. Some of the people's posts and now they're calling up hackers and just trying to DDoS attack these servers because they feel like they need to go down and You're gonna feel my wrath, Blizzard. You don't let me play this game that I wanted to
I
play.
feel my wrath. I can't even be good at Overwatch, but I'm gonna take down a company that Activision Blizzard. Yeah, go for it, bro.
It's ridiculous, and even the one admin on that, like, I don't know if you saw that thread or not, but there's an admin promoting his cheat.
It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous the entitlement they feel.
Yeah,
and they're fucking cheaters. So ban the shit out of them. I don't care, and ban shitty players.
Like Titanfall did a great thing. I thought. Remember we talked about this when Titanfall came out too, where they took all the cheaters and didn't tell them they were banned. They just made them play each other.
Yeah.
And they put them.
Wait, what game was that?
Titanfall.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The cheaters put them in a pool where they all got to play each other on the worst servers as well, like the servers that were the lowest.
So awesome! What a troll! That's a massive troll.
I never told them that they were moved over, but when they found out they were cheating, they just moved them over.
It's
there.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's great. I mean, like I said, we've been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. We are going to do a bonus round for that game very shortly, so look for that very soon. Probably next week or the week after. It probably should just be the week after because that'll be the end of the season.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do like a season.
We'll do a season wrap up, and then we'll do a season 2 start, listeners. So we're gonna do a couple episodes per year of Overwatch. So we'll do a season 2 start. So we'll do end of season wrap up. And then we'll give a couple weeks off, and we'll bring one back in 2 weeks after before the season starts, and we'll do like a what to expect, and then we'll do another post wrap up. Mm-hmm. So look for those. But yeah, so we've been playing a lot of Overwatch and getting a lot of frustration.
This weekend was bad.
We're getting paired. Like it just seems like I think it's quick play. Like I think tonight we should play ranked. That's my suggestion. No, that's my suggestion.
No. I would like to preserve my rank.
We went 6-10 last night. What's the worst that can happen, really? Who cares about preserving your rank?
Get lowered, man.
Who cares about your rank? It's going to get reset in the 18th anyways.
It still remembers your highest rank.
Oh. Well, then
but we don't know what the rewards are based on.
That's true. Yeah, but what if you've only played once?
It's based on your highest rank. People, they've already said that if you
drop
500 rank, and then you get passed, it still counts you as getting that point.
So I could drop really low, and I'd still get rewarded for my
56.
current rank. My highest rank.
Exactly, but you know what, Tony? You don't
sure?
get... Yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't matter, because if you're not in the top 500, you don't get anything different than the person next to you.
Well, no. I thought you get competitive points, too.
Oh, your competitive points. Oh, yeah, I don't know what that's...
Yeah, but that's based on your last rank. Corey's right.
Highest rank of the season.
Your highest rank is going to be your highest rank. So if you finish... I started at 56 on both systems. I'll be 56. I'm 53 right now, but I'll be 56 in their ranking eyes. So whenever they give out extra points, that's what you're going to get them for. They won't change that. So we can play it tonight, guys. I don't know. That's my suggestion. But I'm so frustrated at quick play that it's just I want to play ranked, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I was upset about ranked. So
what is upsetting you though?
We're getting paired with level 9s.
That's a fucking huge problem. I'm like, dude, I understand you're new to the game.
Here's the problem.
Play with other newbies.
Here's the problem, and they picked Genji. I was predicting it's going to be Genji or McCree. It's just ridiculous. Then we were being trolled by our own Mei. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we have attack the point. King of the Hill, right? King of the Hill. She ice blocks us in as the door opens. King of the fucking Hill, you need to be there.
I don't even know why Blizzard allows it. They shouldn't. They just straight up should not.
Yeah. So... played that, but I also played a lot of Lego Star Wars. I'm going to move on from Overwatch because we talk about it a lot. So I played a lot of Lego Star Wars finally. Played a few chapters now. Best looking Lego game I've played. And I haven't played too many of them, I guess, to say that, but it looks great.
One on Xbox One.
Hey, guess what's on sale?
Yeah, I played Lego Avengers. What? Oh, I know, I saw that. It's $39.99, but that's okay. I got it weeks ago, so it's got the season pass with it. I support the game because I am a huge Star Wars nut, and this movie by itself, like Force Awakens, I'm huge fan of. I bought all the figures and the collectibles, for the Black Series. So buying this in a collectible case I got, so I'm happy with that. And it's fun. Like, it's really cool to play this Lego style because it's like all these like serious moments where like, in the beginning when the old man, spoilers, when the old man gets killed.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of gets just like thrown into space, like, cause they can't show him getting killed, so they just like throw him, like Kylo Ren throws him up in the air, and like later in the game when you're escaping the Star Destroyer,
You see it.
you see him like twirling, looking around in space still. So it's the funny stuff is there. It's pretty awesome. And then when the stormtroopers chase you in Jakku as Rey, like Rey and Finn when they're running away from the stormtroopers, they all have like sombrero hats on, and there's just like some goofy stuff going on. It's pretty awesome. They're all eating, and then they look over and they see you like. They do like they're doing like a double take, trying to eat their food. So there's some cool humor mixed into it, and it's like I said, the best looking Lego game I've seen, and it's clearly just audio plugged in from the movie. It's like recording clipped in, not the best clipping in, but it's fine. It's fine.
Did that with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Really weird.
It's a little weird because it has like a weird sound to it. Like it sounds like it's coming through a radio. But it works. It's fine. And I like the game a lot, so I'm happy that I picked it up. So that's pretty much all I've been playing. This week I will be playing Zero Escape, because I'm going away. And I'll have a lot of spare time on a porch. So I'll be playing my portable system, so look for Zero Escape talk. And next week also I'm going to be talking, I'm going to give it one more week, I'm going to be talking the Xbox Elite controller more, and the Kronos adapter that I bought. I bought the Kronos adapter to play my Xbox Elite on the PS4. Don't want to give my impressions yet because I haven't had enough time with it yet. So look for that soon. But that's it for me, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Overwatch a lot already, and that's been taking up most of my gaming time also. Like, obviously, I have limited chances to play games, so I play Overwatch. But I did get a little bit of Destiny in. So, like, when you complete your Moment of Triumph, which I have completed, they have a shirt that you can get from the Bungie store, and it's funny because they sell the shirt on Bungie store for $777,772.77, but you can't obviously buy that. No one would ever buy that unless they
are
had
stupid.
the code.
Yeah.
But in any case, so they can send you a code, and you can just get the shirt, get customized with your gamer tag and stuff. So I did that, and I was like, I'm going to play some Destiny because I haven't played in a while, and it's just so slow now. It's really slow after doing 60 frames for so long.
Yeah.
But that's really about it.
Okay.
Not much else. A couple mobile stuff here and there. But
all right, Tony?
So yeah, Overwatch, like we've talked about, and we'll talk about more in our dedicated Overwatch cast. Overcast?
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Playing a lot of Zero
guys.
Playing a lot of Zero Time Dilemma just because
you're obligated to now.
I am pretty much obligated because like I love 999 and I love Virtue's Last Reward.
Yeah.
And I've waited for this game like ever since they teased
demanded it get made. Yeah,
right, demanded that got made. Like I would have kickstarted the shit out of this game.
Yeah.
I probably would have at least dropped $100 easily on a Kickstarter for this game.
Where's my fucking watch?
Oh God! Don't get me started on that. Just are you talking about the game?
All right.
But I kind of almost wish there was a Kickstarter because I really feel like the game did get held back a lot just on budget because there's just I don't know. It just feels like there's not that much game this time around.
I'm hoping that when it's finished, it comes together. But
yeah, and you know that's the thing is like now that I think I'm over halfway. I think I'm almost like 3/4 through the game. I really do feel like, okay, now I'm starting to get it. But the thing is, it's not very clear is that, like, you do a fragment for one team and you don't see the conclusion, which is your problem, Jim. And they lock it, like, what happens afterwards behind a fragment from another team that might not even be, unlocked initially. You have to do their other things to get that, link.
So how do you watch the story?
You really have to use the flow chart, which breaks it down like, hey, you're on this path. Like if you did this and you made this choice and made this choice, then you're all the way down here. But you don't know that. And that's the thing that kills me is when you pick a fragment, it's not very discernible about where that is in the flow chart.
Yeah. Like
if they had made, you can do it that way, but it's not it's not the main screen, which I think if they just switched it around, it would have been a lot easier to grasp. But anyway, I'm starting to learn a lot of stuff. The puzzles in this one aren't as hard as the other two. Because the other two, I'm just like,
Yeah, there was some that were like,
I'm just like,
no idea. I looked up 2, I think, from the last game, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Where like I'm just like, like rubbing my chin, being like scratching my head, being like, I don't know what this is. It's right in front of my face. But this one, I'm just like, okay, like I don't know if it's because I've done 2 of these games already, and I'm just used to that. But then I'm just like, okay, I know what I have to do. Let me just figure out which piece I have to inspect. And I gotta say, the low resolution on the 3DS is killing my enjoyment of this game because there's something I'm like, I don't know if that's just like a blurry patch or if I'm supposed to inspect that. And I'm like tapping the screen. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not supposed to. And then I got stuck in this one room. I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked up at the guy and they're like, oh, you have to tap this thing. I'm like, I did tap that thing. I did. And I'm just like, poke. And it's like, oh, look, you didn't tap here before. I'm like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Excuse my language, but yeah. I'm enjoying the game. The story's starting to make a little bit more sense.
Mm.
I still feel like a lot of the characters...
It had an 84 and 83 on Metacritic.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. It's just...
It's a lot higher than I expected based off of what you guys were.
Right.
It's fragments. You're playing through fragmented stories. I don't really know what's going on.
Right, and the thing is, to me, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward are easily 90-plus games. So, yeah, I'm not enjoying it as much as the first 2, but it's still good. It still is good. It's just... It's weird going out.
Third one's always the worst.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I'm really hoping like it comes together in the very end.
It's so true.
And like things just go like.
Yeah,
so everything makes sense.
That's what I'm hoping to hear you say. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna play. I'll probably get through half, maybe 3/4 of this game this weekend. I'll be playing it from Wednesday night until Saturday night. So
this takes place before Virtue, right?
Spoiler alert! Yes.
I have no idea.
In the description or something.
No, it can't. Can it? No, because things were said that was from the second game.
It's a zero-time dilemma, so it's a time dilemma, guys.
I can't answer.
Things were literally said.
On the website itself, it says like when this game takes place.
But they've mentioned there were 2 zeros already. 2 other zeros were mentioned. God damn time travel! Ah! All right. Well, I'm more interested now in playing it. So,
but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just the back of my mind. I know because it's the last one, and like I said, there's some reservations. It's weird. I'm like, I just have that nagging doubt where it's like, just gonna do something. I'm just like, okay. Whereas like literally 999, like changed the way I looked at games. Like,
it was awesome.
One of those games where it's like people like if they're like, show me something in video games that couldn't be done in a movie or a book as easily or something like and have that same experience. I'll be like, fucking play 999 because it wouldn't make sense as a movie and it'd be so obtuse as a book. But here you go, play this game. It's just like, and as a story, it's amazing. I mean, people talk about like narratives like BioShock or
Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead and stuff like that. It's just like this game was just like out of nowhere. It's just amazing. And Virtue's Last Reward kind of just like was like, let's take what you know about 999 and flip it upside down. It's just like, what the fuck? And this one, there's nothing that's like kind of like out there. It's just a weird fragment system. But yeah, still enjoying it. Hopefully I'll be beating it this week, and I'll let you know my full impressions next.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up episode 303, listeners. If you have any questions or comments about this podcast or any of our other podcasts, write us podcast at allycangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at allycangeek. On Facebook, like us on Facebook. You can write to us on there. And also on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. If you're listening to this, go to YouTube and check us out. We got a channel now. And we post mostly Overwatch videos. But if you like Overwatch, we have some videos on there for kills. We'll add some more as we go, and we're building the channel. We promise. So check it out, and tune in next week. Cronus Max adapter, which lets you play your Xbox controller on PS4 or vice versa. I'll be talking about that next week, so that's a little preview. All right, tune in then. See you guys.
Peace.